Hey everyone, we are here, of course, with Angry Asian Man, who just saw Dan's film. What'd you think about it? Because you do this, you review stuff all the time. So what'd you think about his film?
I mean, I think it's an extraordinary document of his journey, like a life-changing moment, and it couldn't have happened to a more awesome guy.
Yeah. What was more surprising that that you learned about and that you didn't know before? Like, what was something you learned that you're like, man, I thought I knew Dan pretty well, but I guess.
Well, I knew he was adopted, but it's not something he really talked about. Like, he's a friend, and it's not something we really talked about a lot.
Yeah.
And so when he told me he was going to go on this journey, I was like, I'm so happy for you, man. Like, do what you got to do and find what you need to find, But what did not surprise me is that he took it all in stride, and it was like throughout the whole thing, he was just kind of experiencing it like full force, like full Dan,
Yeah, absolutely. And what did you trip out when you saw like a twin Dan? Was that kind of weird seeing like his identical twin?
Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't believe when I found out when he said he had a twin brother. I was like, really? Like, it's almost unbelievable. You need to see it for yourself. So when you see them standing next to each other, like, I can't even fathom what that's like,
Probably very crazy, especially his brother seemed pretty crazy, right?
I mean, his brother, he was a character. He was like, I was like, oh, this is, and for the purposes of a film, he was perfect. He's just like such a cool guy,
Yeah, absolutely. And talk about the vibe here tonight. I mean, we just had Paul Date get off the stage. I know Dan's going on pretty soon. Fari's Movement's in the house. What was this whole vibe like?
I mean, this is all about, for me, it feels like community. I mean, Dan's one of those guys who knows everybody. He's made so many friends, so many connections over the years, myself included, and so you see him all in one room because all these people are here because they love him and they're supporting him, and you're like, yeah, of course all these people are here.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. This turnout is insane. Like, really, really good, really positive day.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm glad to be here.
What so far for you this year has been the coolest thing? Because I know, like, if you go to your website, you review a lot of cool stuff. I know you do some movie reviews and stuff. What so far? It's only 3 weeks in, but what's been the coolest thing that you've kind of saw in 2014 so far?
I mean, the coolest thing I've seen so far is Dan's film.
Good for you, Dan. Watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, so far it's like, I mean, not only is it because, I mean, a lot of it has to do with the fact that Dan is a friend, and I couldn't be more happy for him.
Yeah.
To see this develop in his life, but also it's just a really awesome film. It's just a really awesome ride to go with him and go on this journey with him.
Absolutely. Lastly, tell people about your site. If they're not familiar with the site, why should they go on? Why should they check it out?
Angry Asian Man is an Asian American news, pop culture, commentary blog, and I cover everything from pop culture, politics, current events, crime, whatever, and it all kind of pertains to Asian America from one point of view, and I just try to tell it like it is from how I see it.
Absolutely. Lastly, take us out by what do you want to say exactly to Dan right now? Pretend that camera is Dan.
Dan, brother, you are such a great guy, and I'm so happy that you're my friend, and I'm even more happy that you've been able to go on this journey and find some pieces of your life and just find peace, I think, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
All right, sounds good. Well, make sure you check out Dan's film when you can. It's going to be on ISA, and of course, go to Angry Asian Man. Peace.